Hari Om, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to workshop 3 of Aditya Hrudayam learning. I hope you're all doing good and staying safe. So let's get started with our prayers. First, the prayer. I think we are comfortable to sing along. So please sing along with me. Let's just go very slowly, okay? Vakratunda Mahakaya Koti Surya Samapprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. So let's do a prayer for Sage Valmiki. He's the one who wrote Ramayanam, and as a part of integral part of Ramayanam, Aditya Hrudayam also. So let's say thank you to Sage Valmiki. Please sing along with me. Kujantam Rama Rameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakham Vande Valmiki Kokilam. Excellent. Now a prayer to Lord Rama. Please sing along with me. Dakshine Lakshmano Yasya Vame Tu Janakatmaja Purato Marutiryasya Tam Vande Raghunandanam. Excellent work. So today what we will do, if you all remember, we're going to start our Aditya Hrudayam session, and first we are going to recite slokas 1 till 11, what we have covered in the previous session together. So we'll all sing together. So I have one request before we start the recital. So please stay on mute. Some other participants are getting distracted if we unmute and if we are going in different tempos. So I request you to please stay in mute unless you have questions, which we will address towards the end of the session. Okay, thank you very much for your understanding. So let's get started. So slokas 1 to 11, we're going to go very slowly, as I mentioned before. So hope you had some time to practice the slokas in the videos that I sent. Even if not, if you had a busy week, it's okay, nothing to worry about. Spend a little bit more time this week and you can catch up, and we can all recite the slokas 1 till 21 in the next week's session. Okay, so let's get started. Slokas 1 to 11. We're going to sing together, so please sing along with me. Ato yuddha parishrantam Samare chintaya sthitam Ravanam chagrato društva Yuddhaya samupasthitam Daivataischa samagamya Drashtumabhyagatoranam Upagamya bravidramam Agastyo Bhagavan Rushihi Rama Rama Mahabaho Shrunu Guhyam Sanatanam Ena Sarvan Narin Vatsa Samare Vijayishyasi Aditya Hrudayam Punyam Sarvashatru Vinashanam Jayavaham Jape Nityam Akshayam Paramam Shivam Sarvamangala Mangalyam Sarvapapa Pranashanam Chintashoka Prashamanam Ayurvardhanamuttamam. Rashmimantam samudyantam devasura Pujayasva vivasvantam bhaskaram bhuvaneshwaram sarvadevatmako hyesha tejasvi rashmi bhavanah esha devasuraganan lokan patigabhastibihi एष ब्रह्मा च विष्णुश्च शिवः स्कन्दः प्रजापतिः महेन्द्रो धनदः कालो यमः सोमो ह्यपाम्पतिः पितरो वसवः साध्या ह्यश्विनौ मरुतो मनुः वायुर्वह्निः प्रजाप्राणा ऋतुकर्ता प्रभाकरः आदित्यः सविता सूर्यः खगः पूषा गभस्तिमान् सुवर्णसदृशो भानुः हिरण्यरेता दिवाकरः हरिदश्वः सहस्रार्चिः सप्तसप्तिर्मरीचिमान् तिमिरोन्मथनः शम्भुः त्वष्टा मार्ताण्ड अंशुमान्. Okay, that is Sloka 11. I hope you're all able to follow along with me, and I hope you're getting comfortable with these slokas. So slokas 1 to 11, what we have learned so far is how Lord Rama was confused and helpless in the battlefield and was looking for advice, and sage Agastya came down to the battlefield. He started advising him about Aditya Hrudayam, and he started the greatness of chanting the great Stotra Aditya Hrudayam and the benefits of it. So again, reminding you, we started the session saying we are going to chant Aditya Hrudayam as a thank you to Lord Surya Bhagavan, the sun god. However, there is a return gift to it. As you chant this to thank the Lord, He bestows upon best wishes and blessings when we chant this great stotram. So that is what sage Agastya explained to Rama, and then he started telling the characteristics of the great Surya Bhagavan, which we have learnt in science, many of the aspects, and which we see on a day-to-day basis. And there is also the aspect where he said he is the essence of all gods. Surya Bhagavan is the essence of all gods. So once we wake up and as a morning ritual, once we start praying to the sun god, it is like praying to all the gods, and it is like getting blessings from all of them. So that has been the essence of the slokas 1 to 11. So now let's move on to sloka 12. So as usual, what we will do is I will say 1 to 2 words at a time. Try to follow behind me and try to repeat after me, and then we will see the meaning of the sloka. Hiranyagarbha Shishira Stapano Bhaskaro Ravihi Agnigarbho Dite Putraha. So together it will be Agni Garbho Dite Putraha Shankah Shishiranashanaha. Excellent. So we say, even though we separated the word while chanting to make it easy, Agni Garbho Dite Putraha. So it is a compound word. It is the, if we separate it, it will be Agni Garbha plus Aditi Putraha. So in the initial classes in the first session, I said, I hope you all remember, Surya Bhagavan, sun god, is the son of Kashyapa Prajapati and Aditi. So here we are praising his mother Aditi also. We are saying Agni-garbha Aditi Putraha. So he is the fireball and he is the son of Aditi. So that's why it is important. So since it is a compound word, it is important to read it together. It will be Agni-garbho Dite Putraha. Okay. So what Agastya Bhagavan is telling in this sloka is Hiranya means gold. He is the source of all riches. So riches in the sense, it's not just the currency that we see. So everything that we have material, everything that we use to sustain, everything, all the minerals, everything that is from the earth, everything that is in the air, everything that we get, it is because of the process, because of the life sustenance, because of sun god giving his light energy and making the seasons flow throughout the calendar and giving the essence of life to all the human beings. So in a way, if you look at it, there is two ways to look at it. Riches like gold and all the currency and everything material, all the minerals, all the plants, crops, everything that we get, it is because of sun god. So he is the giver of all the riches. How does he give? Without wanting anything in return, without asking for anything in return. He does that selflessly. He does that just for the benefit of the mankind, right? So he gives us all those riches, and in return, it is our responsibility to at least thank him and express our gratitude. Then Hiranyagarbha, Shishiras Tapano, that means the cold waves. During now it is summer, we are not experiencing much of cold waves, but in winter or places that are cold, what is the factor that opens the day? What is the factor that gives warmth to the entire earth? It is the sun. Just imagine without the sun, what kind of place would the earth be? What the temperatures? Can you imagine what the temperature would be without the sun on earth? It'll be freezing, right? So there is no warmth, there is no light, there is no sustainable temperatures. So he is the one who reduces the cold. He is the one who gives the warmth and life sustenance to the whole of humankind. So Bhaskaro Ravihi. Bhaskaro Bha, the word Bha means light. Bhaskaro means he is the giver of light. He is the giver of knowledge. So darkness in all its entirety represents ignorance. Darkness represents scary. It is sometimes scary when there is no lights, when we don't know where we are stepping, we don't know where we have to find what, even to find a torchlight, even to find a matchbox to light a candle. Within that period, it gets a little scary, right? So darkness represents so many things. Darkness represents a scary part. Darkness represents ignorance, not knowing where is what, not knowing how to take the next step. And who dispels that darkness? With his bright rays every day in the morning, sun god dispels those. And Ravihi means he is the creator of this entire universe. When the earth starts its process of giving the next races, giving the next humankind, giving all the, not only humans, all living things on the earth, the initial thing, the first thing that God creates and asks for improving or asks for the creation of next generations is the sun god. So he is the creator of everything that we see on the earth from the beginning of times. And again, the Agni-garbho Dite Putraha. So we talked about it. He is like a big fireball, right? So Agni is fire. Agni-garbho, he holds that big ball of fire within him with which he is able to give that light and energy and also the warmth that we need. And he is the son of Aditi. That's why his name is also called Aditya. Aditi Putraha Aditya. So one of his most favorite names, because who wouldn't like to be called after their mother, right? Everybody loves their mother, and same goes with sun god also. And it's one of his most favorite names, Aditya, because it represents his mother, Aditi. Shanka Shishira Nashanaha. Again, same concept. In the morning, when we are waking up, when we are trying to get started with our daily routine, who is the first one to wake up? Who is the first one to dispel that darkness, give that light, and show us the path to do the next things? It is the sun god. It is the sun god with his thousands and thousands of rays, with his brightness, with his warmth. He opens the day, he starts the day for us and paves the path day after day after day after day for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So this again, characterization of so many life-giving, life-sustenance aspects of sun god. Sloka 12 is an extension of these characteristics about the sun god. So one more time, let's do 1 to 2 words at a time, and then we will recite the sloka together, and then we'll move on to the next sloka. Hiranyagarbha Shishira Stapano Bhaskaro Ravihi Agnigarbhodite Putraha Shankah Shishiranashanaha. Excellent work. So now let's try to recite the sloka together, and we'll go slowly, one word at a time. So please sing along with me. Hiranyagarbha Shishira Stapano Bhaskaro Ravihi Agnigarbhodite Putraha Shankah Shishiranashanaha. Excellent work. Now let's move on to Sloka 13. And then, as usual, first I will say 1 to 2 words. Please repeat after me. Vyomanatha Stamo Bhedi Rug Yajuh Samaparagaha. One more time. Samaparagaha Ghanavrishti Rapam Mitro Vindhya Vidhi Plavangamaha. Excellent. So in this sloka, again, the extension of the characteristics and the greatness and how the sun god is providing all these life essentials one after the other, and he is the foundation, the pillar for the any existence of life on the earth. So the basic first thing is Vyomanatha. He is the king. He is the lord of the skies. He is flying and he is on in the sky and helping everybody live their lives on the earth. Stamo Bhedi. He is the dispeller of lethargy, laziness. So one thing I just want to mention, we used to, prior to coming to Atlanta, we used to live in a much colder place, more north from here. So many days we never used to see sun because of the kind of weather there is in that place. And it used to be very different. It used to be very, you just feel like not doing anything. You just feel like staying home. It's very, what causes like a lethargy, the active mind, the active physical form. It sometimes it used to be missed out because of not seeing sun for so many days. And I'm sure you also experience it on a day-to-day basis. If you compare a cloudy day, a rainy cloudy day to a sunny day, you would want to do more stuff, go for a walk or play outside, go take a run or go something, do something. As opposingly, if it is a cloudy and a rainy day, you just want to stay home, you just want to be under the sheets and you just want to sleep more. So which is not a bad thing, but day after day, if you're going by the same things, and if that is the cause of lethargy, who is dispelling that lethargy? Who is giving you that energy? Who is giving you that push to do more things? It is sun god. So it is very important aspect that sometimes we notice, sometimes we say, oh, it's bright and sunny outside, I feel like doing this, even though in a normal day you won't do that. You encourage yourself, you get that energy to do more on a bright and sunny day. Why is that? Because he is the creator of that kind of energy. He gives that push. Stamo bhedi means taking away, dispelling lethargy. That is what the sun god is. So adjoining to that, I just want to tell you, once these sessions are over, I challenge each and every one of you to take time in the morning and at least recite this slokam for 40 days. I challenge you that you will see a difference in your daily activity. You will feel that energy. You will feel the need, and you will feel that energy from inside and outside to accomplish more, to attain more, and to do more. Definitely, there is absolutely no doubt. I invite all of you to take up that challenge. Try it out for 40 days. See how fresh your day will start. You will be reaching out for more. You will be wanting to do more. Definitely, I promise you, take that challenge and try it out for yourself. Okay? Then the Rug Yajuh Samaparagaha. So here they're defining different Vedas, and he is an expert of all these Vedas. He is always reciting these Vedas and he's an expert at all of them. So adjoining again a side story to this, some of us already know this in the Ramayana session that we did. Hanuman, who we know as the superhero, who knows everything, who is all educated, very strong, who can do anything, accomplish anything, he learned languages from Sun God. So Sun God is the guru, he is the teacher of the Hanuman. So, but how does a person who is always constantly in the run, who's always moving, creating day and night, teach somebody? So Hanuman, he became really, really big, and he stood on two mountains facing east and west, and which represents the sunrise and sunset. And as sun god was traveling around, he went around with him and he stayed along with him, because he is all capable of doing that, Hanuman. And he stayed along with him, matching to his speed, and he learned languages from sun god. So that is one of the things that we need to remember. He's the guru of the great lord Hanuman, also sun god. Okay. So ghana vrishti rapam mitro. Ghana vrishti means heavy rains. Heavy rains is there caused, any rains, heavy rains or normal rains, any kind of rain is caused by the concept of the evaporation, condensation, and creation of clouds with the water vapor, and then the dispelling of water from the clouds. We all learned it in science. And who is the cause? Who is the base for all of this? The evaporation process, it starts from the sun. So the Ghana Vrushti, the giver of all that rain, which in turn is our life essential, very basic need from a day-to-day perspective. Imagine sometimes when there is no water for a few hours itself, we become so helpless, we become so, we don't know what to do. So that basic necessity is given by the sun god. I remember when we were kids, we used to play cricket in the corner of our house, and every time it gets cloudy and it starts raining, we used to think, oh, why is this rain coming now? What is the use of this rain? Why can't it just be cloudy, or why can't it be sunny so we could play? But later on, we realized without the rain, there is no water, there is no life, there is no sustenance. So who gives that sustenance? Who gives that life? From the basic foundation of evaporation process, sun god gives all that rain. So again, we talked about all these basic life essentials that sun god gives, right? So again, this is one of the basic needs that he creates and gives in the form of rain to all of us. Rapam Mitro, so it's again a compound word all together. Ghana Vrishti Rapam Mitro. Apam Mitro means he is the friend of water god. Water god is called Varuna Deva. So Surya Bhagavan, Varuna Deva is water god, Agni is fire god. So they're all in association together. Vayu is air god. So all of them together, they give all the basic needs and basic life needs for human beings and all other beings also. So he is the creator of the rains and he is the friend of Varuna Deva, who is the water lord. Vindhya Vidhi Plavangamaha. And he jumps and travels in the streets of the skies. So we talked about him being the Lord of skies, Vyomanadha, and here we are saying Vindhya Vidhi Plavangamaha. He travels in the skies, he jumps from mountain to mountain, he goes from east to west, traveling in the skies, being the Lord of skies and giving all the life essentials that we need. So again, let's try to do 1 to 2 words at a time. Please repeat after me, and then we will move on to the next sloka. Vyomanatha stamo bhedi rug yajuh samaparagah ghanavrishti rapam mitro. Together it is Ghanavrishti rapam mitro. Vindhya Vidhi Plavangamaha. One more time. Vindhya Vidhi Plavangamaha. Okay, excellent. Let's recite the sloka together slowly. Please sing along with me. Vyomanatha stamo bhedi rug yajuh samaparagah Ghanavrushti rapam mitro Vindhya vidhi plavangamaha. Excellent. Now let's move on to sloka 14. First, I will say 1 to 2 words. Please repeat after me. Atapi mandali mrutyuh pingalah sarvatapanah kavirvishwo Mahateja Raktah Sarvabhavodbhavah. Again, one more time, last word. Sarvabhavodbhavah. Excellent. Again, more characteristics. So he is the circular shaped and he is always dispelling blazing heat. Again, we talked, he is the essence of fire god and he is a fireball, right? So he dispels this blazing heat, and since because of the distance, we get enough for life sustenance without damaging the creation or the existence of life. And at the time, there is always the creation and there is annihilation. After thousands and thousands and thousands of years, there is a process of creation and annihilation, which is stopping everything that is existing. So he is the first one that starts that process as well. Whoever he created, whatever the process is that he started this entire universe, the sun god, he is the one that starts the annihilation process also. After going through thousands and thousands and thousands of years of living existence and everything, there is a process of annihilation that goes through, which is done by the sun god also. Pingala, he is the brownish red in color. So as you go through different times of the day, So I'm from a place called Vizag in India. So it is a coastal area by the beach, and it is just beautiful scenery just to go during the sunrise process and to see it just. And the amazing thing is, whenever I go there, I try to do this Aditya Hrudayam during the sunrise actual process. It exactly takes the same time, 7-8 minutes. By the time sun starts rising through those waters and coming up into this big red ball, by the time I start my Aditya Hrudayam and complete the 31 slokas, it forms that big red ball, and it gives out that beautiful early morning sunrise visual, and it exactly takes that time. That is a marvel to me all the time. Every time I chant this, I always thank Agastya Bhagavan, what a visionary he is, and how he timed it, and how he beautifully gave this beautiful gift to the human race. I always wonder that when I do that. So he is that beautiful form, brownish red color, and Sarvatapanaha means he can annihilate, he can burn, he can destroy anything with his rays and with his heat. So in this, the main thing that he destroys is, like we talked, the lethargy, the need of not being able to do anything. He destroys the ignorance, he destroys the darkness. So he gives that light, he gives that energy, and he gives that confidence to be able to do anything. Kavir Vishwo Mahateja. He is the creator of the universe, and he is bright. There is nothing else I can think of which is brighter than the sun god. Anything that you can define, anything that you think, oh, this is so bright, this is so illuminous, there is nothing more bright than the sun god. So Mahateja, Maha is a superlative defining the brightness of the sun god, and there is nothing that is more bright than the sun god himself. Rakta Sarva Bhavodbhavaha. Again, his complexion, Rakta, that is red in color, Sarva Bhavodbhavaha. He is the reason for all creation and sustenance. So see how many times Agastya Bhagavan is giving that essence, giving that meaning, and giving that meaning of life, giving that he is the creator of life, and he is the provider of everything. Excuse me for 1 second. There's a lot of noise going on. Sorry about that. There's a lot of background noise here, so I had to go close the door. Thank you for understanding. So see how many times Agastya Bhagavan is insisting, and he is giving us that he is, sun god is the creator of everything. He is the reason for sustenance. So for us to be able to absorb that into our minds and hearts, that without sun god there is no life, without his blessings there is no existence. So when we do the prayer, when we do the Aditya Hrudayam or any other prayer, so we keep that in mind, and we offer our gratitude for everything that he bestows upon us. So that is the meaning of Sloka 14. Let's do 1 to 2 words again one more time. Please repeat after me. Atapi Mandali Mrutyuh Pingala Sarvatapanah Kavir Vishwo Mahateja Raktah Sarva Bhavodbhavah. Sorry, Raktah Sarva Bhavodbhavah. All right, let's try to do the slokas together. Just this sloka, please sing along with me, and then we will move to sloka 15. Atapi Mandali Mrutyuh Pingalah Sarvatapanah Kavir Vishwo Mahateja Raktah Sarva Bhavodbhavah. Excellent. So let's move on to sloka 15. And from here, we will see this word namaste, namostute, namaha. Every sloka will have that next few slokas. So now we talked about the characterization, what the sun god is, who he represents, how important he is, what all he does for the earth, not only for the humans, for all living things and all celestial beings also. And now we are saying namaste. Namaste, as you all know, is our expression of respect, expression of prayer. So from this sloka, sloka 15, you will see the word namaste, namo, namaha, namaha a lot. So from here, we are expressing that gratitude. We are offering those prayers in each of these slokas. Please repeat after me, 1 to 2 words. Nakshatra, graha, tarana, madhipo. Again, these words are together. Tarana, madhipo, compound word. Vishwabhavanaha, tejasamapi, tejasvi, dvadasatman, namostute. Excellent. So nakshatra means stars, graha taranam, all the planets and other celestial or other constellations or everything that exists in this universe. He is the leader of all those shiny things, planets, everything, whatever you define in the universe and the constellations. So generally I get asked this question, but aren't there bigger stars than the sun god? So as big as the sun god is in this universe, there are bigger stars. As you read and study astronomy, you will learn that there are much bigger, exponentially bigger stars than the sun god himself. So I always tell them none of those are life-giving to us. So size is not always important. The perfect size with this perfect positioning and where he is, he's able to give everything that he's needed for all of us. Imagine if he can be maybe bigger, but if he is bigger, won't it be much hotter for us? Can we handle that kind of heat? So he is in the perfect size that what we can handle. He's in the perfect position. From there are 9 planets and only earth is proven to be life existential, and we are in the right place and he is in the right place to support our existence. And that is why we pray to him and we express our gratitude to the sun god, not any other stars. And that's exactly what Agastya Bhagavan is also telling. All the constellations, the stars, anything that is in this universe, he is the leader of all those constellations, planets and stars. Vishwabhavanaha. He is the creation of the universe and the thought process that began the creation of everything. So he is the giver of that knowledge. Tejasamapi Tejasvi. He is the brightest. We talked about it in the previous sloka, right? Nothing more brighter. I cannot think anything more brighter than the sun god himself. So he is the brightest of the brightest. Dwadasatman namostute. Dwadasa means 12. Dwadasatman means he is represented in 12 forms. What is 12? 12 is a number of months in a year. So if you take the calendar year, which represents one circular motion of Earth around the sun, there is 12 months within that year, and the sun god is represented in a different form in each of those 12 months. And that is why he is called as the Dwadasatman. So he is represented in those 12 forms. And to that great sun god who is all of that, I do my namaste. Namostute means I am offering my prayer to that great sun god. So that is the meaning of Sloka 15. Again, let's do 1 to 2 words. Please repeat after me, and then we can recite the Sloka together. Nakshatra, Graha, Taranam, Adhipo, Vishwabhavanaha, Tejasamapi, Tejasvi, Dwadasatman, Namostute. Excellent. So let's recite the sloka together. Please recite with me very slowly. Nakshatra graha taranam adhipo visvabhavanaha tejasamapi tejasvi dvadasatman namostute. Excellent. So let's move on to sloka 16. Again, I told you, right? So next few slokas, we will see this word namostute, namaha, namaha, namaha. So now we are actually doing our prayer. We are actually offering our prayers and namastes to Sun God. Namah Purvaya. Please repeat after me. Namah Purvaya Giraye Paschimayadraye Namaha Jyotirgananam Pataye Dinadhipataye Namaha. Excellent. So Namah Purvaya Giraye Paschimayadraye Namaha. Purvaya is east and Paschima is west. So he rises from the mountains of the east and he sets the day off by setting towards the mountains of the west. So to that Lord who rises in the east and sets in the west, I pray, I do my namaste. I'm offering my prayers. Jyotir Gananam. Again, everything that is a form of light, anything you take that is a form of light, it all comes from Sun God. Even the moon, the bright moon, even when we see during the various days of Amavasya to Purnami, it is because of the sun, the positioning of the sun, earth, and the moon. So we have learned all of that in science. So anything that you can think of that is light giving, he is the leader of all those, and he is the source of all that light. So that's why he is the Jyotir Gananam Pataye. Anything that is bright and light giving, he is the leader of all those. Dinadhipataye. Dina means day. So what will mark as the start of the day is the sunrise. What will mark as the start of the day is the dispelling of the darkness, finishing of the night, and the beginning of the day. So he is the one who marks that beginning by rising in the east. And I pray to him. I offer my namaste, namaha, namaha. In this sloka itself, we are offering it 3 times by the sloka provided by Agastya Bhagavan. We started with the namaha first, and then there is a namaha in the first line itself, and then one more namaha at the end of the sloka. So that's what we are doing in sloka 16. Again, let's repeat the sloka one more time, 1 to 2 words. Please repeat after me. Namah Purvaya Giraye Paschimayadraye Namaha Jyotirgananam Pataye Dinadhipataye Namaha. Excellent. Let's recite the sloka together, slowly, together. Namah Purvaya Giraye Paschimayadraye Namaha Jyotirgananam Pataye Dinadhipataye Namaha. Excellent work. Now let's move on to sloka 17. Again, this is the continuation of Namo Namaha, Namo Namaha. See how they ended with Namo Namaha means I offer my uttermost prayers to the Sun God. So again, continuation of those namastes. First, let's do the repetition, 1 to 2 words. Please repeat after me. Jayaya, Jaya Bhadraya, Haryashvaya, Namo Namaha, Namo Namah, Sahasramsho, Adityaya, Namo Namaha. Excellent. So the word Jaya means victory. So he is the one who gives victory, he is the one who secures that victory with good things. Anything that is a good sankalp, auspicious, like the same thing about where we started this from, he provides victory to all that is good. Like Rama, he is trying to do good to the world by eliminating Ravana, who is the evildoer. So he's going to help that people who tries to do that good, and he'll try to suppress that is evil. So all that comes with that victory, he is the provider of that victory, and he is the securer of that victory to people who rely on him for good things. Haryashvaya, Ashwa means horse, and Haryasvaya, one of the slokas in 11 or 10 we talked, he has seven green horses that he rides on. The chariot that he rides on, it has these magnificent, very strong horses. Of course, right, he has to travel all day. Of course, they're very strong and mighty creatures. So they're green in color, and that's what his sage Agastya is defining here. Is with green horses, the chariot is glowing, and to that sun god, I do my Namo Namaha, uttermost prayer. Namo Namah, again starting, I'm going to start my prayer again. Sahasram Sho, thousands of rays. We all know that, right? Like, as we go in the morning or evening, whenever we try to even look directly in the sun, we can't because of the strong thousands and thousands of rays that come out of that great sun god. Adityaya. Again, the name Aditya, it repeats so many times in the name itself is named as Aditya Hrudayam, the Stotra. And even in the Stotra, there is the name repeats so many times because it represents his parents, Kashyapa Prajapati and Aditi. So every time he hears this word, Surya Bhagavan, he is very, very happy because he also remembers his mother fondly, because everybody, his devotees are also praying to his mother and father. This is a very fond name to him. Namo Namaha. To that Aditya, I do my uttermost prayers. So that is the meaning. Again, Sloka 16, 17, we are doing that Namaste, Namaste, Namaste. We are offering our prayers. So let's do that 1 to 2 words repetition again, and then we can recite the sloka together. Jayaya, Jaya Bhadraya, Haryashvaya, Namo Namaha, Namo Namah, Sahasramsho, Adityaya, Namo Namaha. Okay, let's recite the sloka together. Please sing along with me. Jayaya Jaya Bhadraya Haryashvaya Namo Namaha. Namo Namah Sahasramsho Adityaya Namo Namaha. Excellent. Now let's get started with Sloka 18. Again, continuing the Namo Namaha in Sloka 18 also. Please repeat after me 1 to 2 words. Nama Ugraya Veeraya Sarangaya Namo Namaha. Namah Padma Prabodaya Martandaya Namo Namaha. Again, continuing with the namastes. Nama Ugraya. You can be angry. He can, Ugraya means angry. So now especially we are experiencing that anger in the form of very hot days, especially in the afternoons. He's called as a Martanda during the afternoon time because he is scorching hot at that time. He is also, his form can be angry at times, and that is where we have to take shelter, we have to hydrate, we have to be very careful. Veeraya, he is the most brave, and Sarangaya, and vibrant, colorful. He has different colors from the morning sunrise to the afternoon Martanda form to the evening sunset. He's vibrant and colorful. Namo Namaha. To that sun god, I offer my prayers. Namah Padma Prabodaya. In the mornings, the lotuses in the ponds and the lakes, they open up. They are complete because of the sunshine that falls on them. So Padma Prabodaya, he is the one who opens up those lotuses and who makes them beautiful. So to that sun god, I offer my prayers. Martandaya, the afternoon scorching hot sun, he is called as Martanda. He is the giver of that kind of scorching heat. That's why he's also called as Martanda. At that times, we have to stay indoors, take shelter, be hydrated, and try to cool off. Okay. So to that sun god, I do my namaste and I offer my prayers. Namo Namaha. So let's do 1 to 2 words repetition again, and then we can recite the sloka together. Nama Ugraya Viraya Sarangaya Namo Namaha. Namah Padma Prabodaya Martandaya Namo Namaha. Excellent. Let's recite the sloka together along with me. Nama Ugraya Viraya Sarangaya Namo Namaha. Namah Padma Prabodaya Martandaya Namo Namaha. Excellent. Moving on to sloka 19. Again, this is a sloka with which we are going to end the namaha. So again, offering of prayers with the different characteristics. So 1 to 2 words, please repeat after me. Brahmeshana Chuteshaya. Big word, let's do it a couple of times. Brahmeshana Chuteshaya. So the separation of this word is a compound word, Brahma, Ishana, Achyuta. So Brahma is Lord Brahma, Ishana is Lord Shiva, Achyuta is Lord Vishnu. So when you compound that word, it becomes Brahmeshana Achyuteshaya Suryayadityavarchase. One more time. Suryayadityavarchase Bhasvate Sarvabhakshaya Raudraya Vapushe Namaha. So Brahmeshana Achyuteshaya, he is the form of Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara. We talked about it in one of the earlier forms also. He is the representation of all gods. Surya Aditya Varchase. Surya is a common name that we know. He is the giver of all the light and heat. Aditya, one of the other names. Varchase, he is brilliant in complexion. Bhasvate, Bha, by the word Bha itself, it is light. He is the giver of this magnificent light. So that's why he's Bhasvate. Sarva Bhakshaya, he can consume anything by his heat. Especially, he consumes the ignorance, darkness, and the fear. So he can consume anything and he can destroy anything. But most importantly, for his devotees and for everybody, he dispels and destroys that darkness and ignorance and fear. Raudraya Vapushe Namaha. He has an angry side also. Again, we talked about it in the previous sloka, right? Vapushe Namaha. And he has a beautiful form. Anytime, any day, even if you watch the sunrise and sunset every day, you will never get bored. It is always beautiful. One of those beautiful things of the nature. So that kind of beautiful form he has. And to that sun god, I do my namaste. I offer my prayers to that sun god. Beautiful. So let's do that 1 to 2 words repetition again. Then we can recite the sloka together. Brahmeshanachyuteshaya Suryayadityavarchase Adityavarchase Bhasvate Sarvabhakshaya Raudraya Vapushe Namaha. Excellent. Let's recite the sloka together. Please sing along with me. Again, if you're not able to follow, nothing to worry about. I will send you the videos which will give you word-to-word repetition exercises. You will get comfortable with it as you do those exercises. Brahmeshanachyuteshaya Suryayadityavarchase Bhasvate Sarvabhakshaya Raudraya Vapushe Namaha. Excellent. Let's move on to Sloka 20. And again, we are ending this sloka also with Namaha, offering our prayers and utmost respect to Sun God. Tamo Ghanaya. Please repeat after me. Tamo Ghanaya. Himaghanaya. Shatrughanaya. Mitatmane. Compound word again. Shatrughanaya mitatmane. Krutaghanaghanaya. One more time. Krutaghanaghanaya. Devaya. Jyotisham. Pataye namaha. Excellent. See, notice the ghana, ghana, ghana in every word. Ghana is destroyer. Ghana is the enemy who dispels and destroys these things. So, Tamo Ghanaya. Pranav Surya, I see your hand raised. We will keep the questions towards the end. If you have any question regarding this shloka, I will address it. Let's keep it all towards the end. Okay, I will stay back. You can stay back and ask that question.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Tamo Ghanaya. So the Ghana, it's the representation of destroying or dispelling that enemy. So let's see it, what all he is destroying. Tamo Ghanaya, that lethargy, that laziness, that not having that energy. We talked about he is the giver of that extra energy. He is the giver of that encouragement. And I challenge you again, 40 days and see what all you want to reach out to, and the new energy, the newfound enthusiasm that you will experience day after day. Himaghanaya, the dispeller of the snow. Hima is the snow. Like, this is a representation that as the sun rises, the heat comes out, and whatever cold, whatever snow, whatever is there, that all gets destroyed and the heat gets distributed. Shatrughanaya, Shatru is enemies. Enemies that are internal and external. In the context here, enemy for Rama is Ravana, who he is going to destroy eventually. And the internal enemies like anger, jealousy, anything that misrepresentation or any kind of internal feelings that are not good, all those are enemies, and he destroys all of those from within and outside. Krutaghanaghanaya, those who are not grateful, those who are not friendly, he destroys those feelings. Devaya, he is that God who gives all this good and destroys all these bad things. And Jyotisham Pataye Namaha. Jyoti is light. Anything that has light, anything that has this brightness, he is the Lord of all that light giving things. And to that Lord, I offer my prayers. So 1 to 2 words, let's repeat again, and then we can recite the sloka together. Tamo Ghanaya, Himaghanaya, Shatrughanaya Mitatmane, Krutaghanaghanaya, Devaya, Jyotisham, Pataye Namaha. Excellent. Let's repeat the sloka together. Tamoghanaya himaghanaya Shatrughanaya mitatmane Kritaghanaghanaya devaya Jyotisham pataye namaha. Excellent work. Let's move on to Sloka 21. This is final Sloka that I have in agenda today. We're going to be a couple of minutes over. Please bear with me. Let's complete the 21. So we'll have 10 more to complete in the next session. So 1 to 2 words, please repeat after me. Tapta Chamikarabhaya Vahnaye Vishwakarmane Namastamo Bhinignaya Ruchaye Lokasakshine. Excellent. So Tapta Chami Karabhaya, when you look at the morning sun after the red color, he becomes this bright golden yellow, right? So that is how Agastya Bhagavan is describing him. It looks like a pot of this molten gold, not just normal any gold, the molten pure gold. And he looks like a big pot of that. Vahnaye, he is the form of fire because he is a ball of fire, right? Vishwakarmane, he creates and he is the architect of this entire universe, not just the earth, but entire universe. Namastamo bhinighanaya. Tamo is that lethargy, that laziness, that non-energy. And bhinighanaya, he is the destroyer of that lethargy, that feelings that are not giving you that energy and that push forward. He is the destroyer of those lethargical feelings, and he is the giver of that energy. Rochaye Loka Sakshini. He is the witness for the creation of all these worlds, and he is that beautiful form. And to him, I do my namaste. So that is the meaning of Sloka 21. So let's do 1 to 2 words, and then we can recite the Sloka together. Tapta Chamikarabhaya Vahnaye Vishwakarmane Namastamo Bhinighanaya Ruchaye Lokasakshine. Excellent. Now let's recite the sloka together. Tapta Chamikarabhaya Vahnaye Vishwakarmane Namastamo Bhinighanaya Ruchaye Lokasakshine. Excellent work. So that is Sloka 21, and then we will continue 22 to 31 in the next session, next week, same time. And then I will send out the invite. In the initial invite, it might have said 3 sessions, but we are extending it to the 4th session because of the need and because of the timing. So the next 10 slokas will be next Sunday, same time. I will send you the invite again next Saturday. So let's do the prayer for our Guru, Agastya Bhagavan and Valmiki Maharshi. Please sing along with me. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Excellent. Let's do the Mangala Shasanam. So please sing along with me. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Excellent work. With this, we will conclude our session 3. And if you have any questions, please stay back and I will do the same and we can try to answer to our best. And then I will see the rest of you next week. You're free to leave now if you don't have any questions. Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.